Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam.
Paramasukadam kevalam jnanamurtim dvandvatitam gagana sadrisham tattvamasyaadilaksham ekam nityam vimalam achalam sarvadi sakshibhutam bhavaam sadgurutam namami. Nithyanandam. I offer my humble obeisance, humble pranam to the divine lotus feet of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, His Divine Holiness, Nithyananda Paramashivam. And I welcome all of viewers who are gathered today across all the different time zones in social media and physically in Padaka mandirs, temples, Satsang centers, Nithyanandeshwara Hindu temples all over the world. Every single morning, this is the time when naturally an alarm clock goes off inside of millions of people all over the world. An alarm which reminds us that it is now time to celebrate, enjoy, and await the divine darshan of Paramashiva. Whatever time zone we may be in, either we are waking up in the morning or getting ready to go in the night. No matter what, we await the darshan of Paramashiva, Swami, who are we all blessed to have as Guru and to live at the same time as his great heart. And we await his darshan together. It is always such a beautiful thing to see. Every Sangha member, all of the Sri Kailasa vasis from around the world, posting on Facebook, sharing on Twitter, seeing the Satsang and reveling so beautifully in the glory of Paramashiva as he has happened on the earth again. Either being completely blown away by the divine revelation, the Jnana Pada, which he is revealing to the world, or being completely stunned, astonished by his darshan, the very form which liberates. So I welcome all of you now who are watching, who are gathered with us. Whether you are getting ready in the morning, you are getting ready to go to sleep, no matter what, all of us, Sri Kailasa vasis, let us all share and spread the message of Sri Kailasa together. Let us all come together now and stand up for Swamiji, Sri Kailasa. Spread as much as possible to your friends, family, to even people who you don't know. Because it is our mission to be able to let every human being in the world, every being in the whole planet Earth, to have this opportunity. Super. Every day, His Divine Holiness has been addressing all of us, and especially now in this divine month, Chitire, the Chitire Brahmotsavam is going on. And across the world, especially in India, the temples are all celebrating, revering, and worshipping the Meenakshi, the divine incarnation. I now let us now understand yesterday's satsang, what Swamiji revealed to all of us, and how he has guided us through the whole.
Nithyanandam, the Supreme Pontiff of the only Hindu nation, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, yesterday has revealed deeper truths and given a beautiful lifestyle for us to live even after the COVID pandemic gets over. What is the lifestyle which we are going to live, and how we are going to survive the future? Swamiji has revealed the deeper truths. Let us all get in to the details of it. As the 8th day of Chittirai Brahmotsavam, yesterday, His Divine Holiness Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam has blessed all of us, and we had witnessed the beautiful coronation of Meenakshi. So, yesterday's Paramashiva's direct message from Sri Kailasa. See, if you see, the old world order is collapsing. Actually, this is the truth. After this COVID-19, actually this COVID-19 is making all the human beings realize the world order is collapsing. Lockdown is getting extended in all the countries, almost all the countries. This is the time we, all the human beings, not only stay safe, cooperate with our local governments. When we are staying safe at home, let us not destroy the time which we have on spending on stupid TV shows and doing the so-called entertainment, and spend time consciously preparing ourselves for the new world order. Blessed are those who are able to connect with Sri Ramachandra in Ramayana, rewritten. So it has started, and Swamiji has very beautifully told, even now, Swamiji watches the Ramayana, studies the Ramayana even now, and spend our quality time, the time when we have during this pandemic, use it consciously, use it to build our own selves for the new world order. The world order is collapsing. Whatever we have been taught as security for life is losing. Literally, it is losing. The agriculture-based economy and superconscious-based existence, only these two are going to be the new world order. I have remember one of the incident in 2012. One of our devotee had come and asked Swamiji, what kind of a investment I should do so that I'll be able to flourish in my business. Swamiji very beautifully told, within few years, the whole world order going to change. So let us invest our time and talent and treasure into that new world order, which is the agriculture-based lifestyle. So Swamiji has predicted way before that this whole world order going to change. For years, Swamiji has been talking about currency-based economy is going to collapse and grain-based economy is going to come. The devotees and disciples, he guided us, Swamiji has guided us, do not sell any a bit of a land. If we have little land, let us invest that land to do more and more agriculture. So even after this pandemic, even if we have money, we will not have grains to buy. So Swamiji has told us to use the whole land to do the agriculture. The focus on investing in agriculture-based academy should be there. Whether we buy land or equipment for organic agriculture, it is going to be the organic-based agriculture. The lifestyle is going to be taking morning walk with cows, drinking coconut water fresh from the coconut trees, sitting in the vegetable garden and keeping fresh food, going to Nagaras, Shiva temples. All cities will have a Shiva temple. All cities developed by Pandyas and Cholas all over the world have Shiva temples in center. More than 1 lakh cities still exist like that. There are other kingdoms, which is Chera, Tondenadu. But those source of Kumari civilization, the Pandya and Chola cities, still we have 1 lakh like that. Around that, Shiva temples will start the kingdom like a mandala. So mandala is nothing but a proper way of arranging the energy centers. So these Shiva temples going to be the energy centers radiating energy, enlightenment, and form as a mandala. In the modern day, the first Nagara Shiva temple in the world is going to be built in Canada. Kailasa is going to build. They are the one who is going to give the Shiva-centric first grain-based economy and conscious-based existence. We are ready only after reading it that Swamiji has announced that the grain-based, the temple-based lifestyle, we are going to get it back. And Swamiji has very beautifully told, in this grain-based world order, how we have to keep ourselves healthy and happy. So Swamiji has told us, the Haritaki, we also tell it as Kadaka Pudi, and the castor oil. Every day, if we take these two, it will be useful to detox our whole body. Like how the loved ones in our life, the moment we think of them, the only thing which we think is their well-being. So like that, in a very sweet way, Swamiji has told, when his own extension is out there as a world, and he told all of us to take Haritaki and castor oil every day to detox our own self. See, till now, because of this world order, the one greed-based, fear-based world order had made us run the whole life with greed and fear. When the greed and fear is triggered in us, the amount of toxins which we have produced has to get detoxed even to understand the next world order. So in that whole happening, we have to make ourselves ready with detoxifying ourselves and invest our time understanding the greater truths about life, the cosmology of life. So how in this world order, economy-based world order, how we say coal as a coal as black gold, petrol as a liquid gold. In the same way, the liquid gold of the future of the new world order is going to be the castor oil, and it is the best detoxifying substance. And haritaki is going to be the powder in gold. Swamiji has addressed it as powder in gold. Haritaki is a god in powder form, and castor oil is the god in liquid form. Use these two regularly in our food. So basically, every being, every body demands the various quantity of the haritaki and castor oil. So according to the body requirement, we should take haritaki and castor oil. Haritaki at the end of the day, before we going to bed, we should take haritaki. We can take haritaki even with honey also, or immediately after haritaki we can have water. The castor oil, immediately in the morning, the first thing which you consume should be the castor oil. These two will detox our whole body. And Swamiji has told us, if at least all of us live only on this castor oil and haritaki, at least once in a month, in the whole day, if we just live taking castor oil and haritaki one full day, if we just live on it, the whole body will get detox, and we can see actually the prana level goes up, the way we breathe will goes up. We will be able to see how we can cognize the deeper truths, cognizing the life in a life positive way. So this whole world order going to be the grain based world order, and Swamiji has put the whole process in a very beautiful way as food should come from land, not from lab. So with this, Swamiji had concluded yesterday's satsang, and Swamiji is going to reveal the higher truths in the further satsangs.
Themselves, Madurai, Meenakshi, the enlightened civilization which was established at this time, is extremely unknown and unheard of. It's very sad to see many Hindus themselves will say, many devotees of His Divine Holiness Swamiji themselves will suddenly come to the realization that after they met Swamiji only, they even understood, they even came to know such a being, such an incarnation was there like Meenakshi, was there like Arunagiri Yogeshwara. All of these incarnations are great pillars, are unfathomable in their amount of contribution to Hinduism and humanity. Meenakshi was absolutely pivotal in our Hindu history. And unfortunately, due to so many anti-Hindu invasions, anti-life, negative, colonial invasions, the history that we once were so proud of has today become absolutely nothing, where even the next generation is not able to understand how we lived and has been putting off the entire Hindu history as something known as mythology, like Greek mythology and Roman mythology, something of the stories of the past. But we are very clear that what we know as in the Puranas is not a mythology, it is a history. Naming it as a mythology is one of the worst crimes done to Hindus, done to Hinduism and Sanatana Hindu Dharma. It was done by the people who could not even understand, could not fathom this. Of course, they never had the consciousness-based power, consciousness-based living. Because of this, they could not understand and they writ off the whole history of from our Puranas as a mythology. His Divine Holiness has clarified again, and again to help us all understand, even if we do not see the proof, that the Puranas are a history. They did happen. In fact, he said that even more real than the walls around you, which surround you at this moment, is the history of Puranas, the history of Hinduism. There are hundreds of scriptures, and in one of those is named the Skanda Purana. Hundreds of other scriptures have even mentioned Madurai. One of the oldest scriptures is called the Rig Veda. Rig Veda is what we have identified based on modern day archaeologists, modern day archaeology, that Rig Veda is the oldest known record of history of oldest known record available with them. But of course, there's no knowing if that is true or not. It is still, however, even based on modern day science, it is still the oldest scripture available of us identifying and proving evidence of human civilization. The Rig Veda, even in this old Veda, it mentions the city of Madurai. And if in this scripture the city was mentioned, then it would be at least 1,000 years, at least within 5,000 years of that Veda, of that scripture appearing to mankind, the oldest human civilizations on Earth. Swamiji has spoken so much about Madurai. Is officially the matriarch, the ruler of the entire Madurai, the entire civilization lived in it. What we witnessed last night is this very ritual, which is done every year during the Chitra Brahmotsavam. During this Chitra Brahmotsavam, we see the entire life of Meenakshi from Pattabhishekam. Then the next day, today, we celebrate Digvijaya, where Meenakshi Amman has conquered all the 8 directions. And she brought together the 56 kingdoms. That's what we celebrate today. Then, tomorrow, we will be observing the great, beautiful Meenakshi Kalyan. After the Digvijaya, Meenakshi decided that she would conquer Kailaasa. To her surprise, upon the darshan of Shiva, she had the complete oneness experience with him, and he had the enlightenment, her enlightenment experience, realizing the third breast, which had always been there on her body, completely disappeared. His Divine Holiness has told that the third breast is nothing but a physical reminder that she is a superhuman, that she is a god in human form. And the minute she did not need that physical reminder, the minute she attained the oneness with Paramashivam, that third breast disappeared. And then Meenakshi and Sundareswara are married in Madurai. Grand celebrations with all the gods and goddesses coming down, and all the other loka beings coming down and witnessing the entire event. All of this starts with the Pattabhishekam, which we witnessed yesterday. Each of these grand events, extremely pivotal events, are worshipped or remembered in all Hindu temples celebrating Meenakshi with ritual. Pattabhishekam is done as a ritual annually, every year without fail, to remember the divine coronation of Meenakshi Paramashivam. Digvijaya is done as a procession. Meenakshi, the deity, the very deity which is worshipped in the Meenakshi temple, goes around the Madurai city in Digvijayam. Such a beautiful thing to witness, with so many lakhs of people on the street, the great chariot of Meenakshi. And then the Meenakshi Tirukalyanam. Each of these is a beautiful ritual, which is the of Meenakshi, His Divine Holiness, holds so close to his heart. Therefore, it is in the heart if the entire Sangha, all of us, being able to relate to Swami as our divine will. Before proceeding, I would like to have everyone witness the replay of the Pattabhishekam rituals that were done yesterday, and where His Divine Holiness Grace is present, and He Himself partook. We offered all the rituals and the puja for Him as well, so you will be able to see His Divine Holiness in a crowd as well, because as we worship Him as the incarnation of Paramashiva, we coronate and do the whole ritual proceeding for His coronation as the reviver of this ancient civilization of Kailaasa today. Let's just watch the rituals that were done yesterday in the Nithyananda Paramashiva Devalaya in Adi Kailaasa.
Bhagam Bhavani Sahitam Namami. Bhagavatam 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 Tapridam Hangustaram Ammanidam Devavedam Amaridam Avartam Ambragumba Swanakwa Sristya Pratacha Dhatra Sena Dharmadam Kavata Yugumvidam Nithyananda Sri Parashakti Meenakshi Devi Namaha Dhupamaga Bhajami Pati Sudata Levada Vandana Sandana Pasavatana Kanana Haviranam Sabhudavasa Manavam Jordana Devana Sandara Sandakata Asa Pravatna Agahi Sriyana Varidagaya Nithyananda Sri Parashakti Meenakshi Devi Namaha Deepambara Bhavami Om Amrite ओम अमृते अमृतोत्भवे अमृतवर्षिणि अमृतं श्रावण श्रावण स्वाहा ओम श्री नित्यानंद श्री पराशक्ति मीनाक्षी देवी नमः नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि सर्वमायुर्वासताम् अहिर्वत्नियमन्त्रम् मे गोपाय कवशयस्त्रैविधाविदुः हृदः सामानि यदोगुंसि पाहि श्रीरमृतासताम् श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वरपराशक्ति मीनाक्षी देवी नमः सर्वदेवेश्वराय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्द परमशिवाय नमः अलंकार दीपं दर्शयामि ओम अग्निर्नपातु कृत्तिकाः नक्षत्रं देवमिन्द्रियं यमासामि दक्षिणं हविरासञ्जुहोतन यस्य भान्तिरश्मसो यस्य केतवः यस्तेमा विश्वा भुवनानि सर्वाः सकृत्तिकाभिरविसंवसानः अग्निर्नो देव सुभिते दधातु श्री नित्यानंद श्री पराशक्ति मीनाक्षी देवी नमः सर्वेश्वराय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः नक्षत्रदीपं दर्शयामि ओम सर्वस्यात्मने ओम सर्वस्पर्शरति विश्वानादेवसिंहर्मरुतात्यग्निः तामग्निवर्णां तपसा ज्वलन्तीं वैरोदनीं कर्मफले भुभुष्टा दुर्गां देवीं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये हरवितरसे नमः अग्ने त्वं पारयामो अस्मान् स्वस्तिभिरति दुर्गाणि विश्वा पृथ्वी बहुलानमुर्वी भवातो कायतनयाय संयोः विश्वानि नो दुर्गः जातवेदसिंहन्मनावादुरितातिपर्षि अग्ने अग्निरन्मनसावृणानोऽस्माकं बोद्धुरितातनूना पृतनानि तनुं सहमानमुग्रमग्निगुं हुवेम परमात् सधस्थात् स नः स्पर्शदति दुर्गाणि विश्वाक्षामद्देवो अतिदुरिताद्यग्निः प्रकोटिकमीढ्यो अध्वरेम धनाच्चहोदानव्यश्च सदसि स्वाञ्छाग्ने तनुं पिडयस्वा समभ्यञ्जोढकमायस्व भूर्भुष्टमयितो निषिक्तन्तवेन्द्रविष्णोरनुसञ्चरेम नाकस्य पृष्ठमधिसंवसानो वैष्णवीलोकयुगमादयन्ता कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गी प्रचोदयात् विश्वेश्वरीन्द्रगद्धात्रीं सिद्धिसंहारकारिणीं निद्रां भगवतीं विष्णोरतुलं तेजस प्रभुः ओम प्रातरग्निं प्रातरिन्द्रं हवामहे प्रातर्मित्रावरुणा प्रातरश्म्या प्रातर्भगं रोषणं ब्रह्मणस्पतिं प्रातसोममुतरुद्रगं हुवेम प्रातर्जितं भगमुग्रं
Yes, as we have just witnessed, this was the Pattabhishekam rituals done for Meenakshi Paramashivam in Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalaya, and also done for our very own divine incarnation of Meenakshi, His Divine Holiness, Nithyananda Paramashivam. For all of us, millions of devotees of His Divine Holiness, and for all 2 billion Hindus across the world, it is a divine experience to be able to witness these rituals as they happen. Further on in this introduction to Satsang, we will understand and witness the historical happening of the coronation of His Divine Holiness as the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamanapita Sarvajnapita and the reviver of this great enlightened revival. As we have spoken,
So from today I'll start the philosophy and history of Madurai Adinam. Please understand, this is world's most ancient Hindu organization. I can say religious organization. Forget about Hindu organization. Religious organization. I can say organization. See, organization started from religion. The idea of organization is originated from religion. The idea of religion is originated from Hinduism. So, if this is the world's most ancient Hindu organization, I can say this is the first organization on the planet Earth. Please understand, this is world's oldest organization. This organization has two history. One prehistoric period, another one recorded history. Recorded history, no doubt, no problem. The facts are there. I'll present it as it is. I'll read from the Akashic records and give you all prehistoric informations also. I'll give you all the prehistoric informations about the whole Adinam and the whole tradition. I can say this will be the comprehensive history of Hindu religion, comprehensive history and philosophy of Hindu religion. This organization is created directly by the first incarnation of Shiva, Sundareshwara, an incarnation of Devi, Meenakshi. Please understand, even the word incarnation is not exactly right, because incarnation means you assume, superconsciousness assumes human body and comes out. But Sundareshwara and Meenakshi did not live in any mother's womb, did not assume human body in a usual way, how we all have assumed human body. Meenakshi straight walked out of the Homagni, sacred fire, as a 3-year-old child. She did not stay in mother's womb and come out in a usual way. She just reduced her frequency from the Akashic layer, the sky, the space, straight to the physical level. She used fire as a medium. Please understand, there are 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. The beings who are living in the space are enlightened beings, Jivan Muktas, the divine beings. Beings who are living in this body, physical, earth, are human beings. Meenakshi did not assume the human body in a normal way. She used fire as a medium. Please understand, fire is a medium. If you put these 2 elements, the earth and water, into fire, it will convert them into air and space. It's a medium, center. You can go from formless to form, or formless to form, or form to formless. From form to formless, you can move through fire, anything with form. offered into fire will be made into formless. Same way, anything formless to assume form has to enter through the fire. That is why I have to use Arunachala, the fire. Fire is a prerequisite for formless to assume the form, for the formless to enter the form. Meenakshi did the same thing. There was a huge sacred fire ceremony, Homa ceremony, which Meenakshi has used. She used that frequency and just entered from formless to form, assumed the human body of 3-year-old child. Please understand, it's a very significant information. Only at the age of 3, the Pratyagatma Chaitanya Jagrata is possible. Your biomemory and brain is matured to feel the individual existence of consciousness. Even in my case, when I assumed the body, means when I took birth, the body was matured equivalent to 3-year-old child. My mother used to say, I was 10-pound weight. Indian village kids, Indian village mothers can never imagine delivering 10-pound child. Because usually Indian village kids, Indian village mothers are malnourished, undernourished. And I am not born in a rich family. I am born in a very middle class family. And there was no special pregnancy care given to my mother, nothing. The moment I was born, my mother said, I was so huge. She felt as if I was inside for 5 years. Because only in 3 years, 3rd year, the body becomes matured. Biomemory becomes matured to feel the individual awakening of consciousness. So Meenakshi straight walked out of the fire as a 3-year-old child, assuming the form. I don't even want to use the word human body, because our human physiology was never a normal physiology. It was never a normal physiology. Of course, there's no question of psychology, but even our physiology was never normal physiology. She just assumed a form, not human body. The first and foremost form of the Supreme Mother, Divine Mother, Meenakshi. See, till her appearance, in human plane, there was no monastery or religion, tradition evolved. You may ask, then how did they do the sacrifice? The Homa, it was done by the divine rishis. Human beings were not introduced to the religion, spiritual concepts and truths. It was only for a special divine beings who assume from formless to form, come down, perform these sacred acts, elevate human beings, help human beings temporarily and go back. There was no organized system for human beings to evolve and elevate themselves to the higher level. Meenakshi and Sundareshwara, Shiva and Devi felt the need for an independent system to evolve human beings to the highest possibility, to the highest form of existence, or formless existence. So Meenakshi Sundareshwara assumed the form to elevate human beings to the highest form
known time and again. Paramashiva has come back to revive what is lost. No matter the invasions, the destruction which has happened, is continuously the revival of Hinduism has shown us that no matter the invasions that happened, no matter the destruction, the persecution, genocide, Hinduism will prevail throughout every fall it may have, or throughout any time that it is destroyed until it is lost. Of course, we all know that His Divine Holiness has revived Shamalapita Sarvagnapitam, but before, at least 1,500 years before, at the very least, we can say, but it is very well known that it could be more than that. At least 3,000 years it could be, but if we just do the minimum calculation, at least 1,500 years before, another great incarnation of Paramashiva, the Tirignyana Sambandhar, happened on planet Earth in order to revive Meenakshi and Sundareshwara, and he himself had put in place the history, the unbroken lineage of Guru Mahasannidhanams. It was from him that this tradition of Guru Mahasannidhanam, a lineage, a sampradaya, which is unbroken for 1,500 years, finally came down to His Divine Holiness, and he was coronated in the year 2012 as the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Shamalapita Sarvagnapitam. It all started, this lineage of protecting the Shamalapita Sarvagnapitam is started with Tirignyana Sambandhar. His great Leela, his great story is so very well known in the Hindu history. But for all of you who do not know, we would like to share what happened in his life, the great instances in his life where he has exemplified to all of us the nature of an incarnation and how to live, how to see a role model, how to base your entire life on. Tirignyana Sambandhar himself had gone through so much of persecution, had at the time when Jainism and many other forces were present in India, and in around this time had shown so much of resistance against Hinduism prevailing. At this time, it was that Tirignyana Sambandhar had come down and protected Shamalapita Sarvagnapitam, protected the tradition and the enlightened civilization that Meenakshi Sundareshwara had established or revived once again on planet Earth. So let us understand the history of Tirignyana Sambandhar. I invite Ma Nithyananda to explain to us the entire history of this great incarnation. We are now learning about the great history, the life story of King Tirignyana Sambandhar himself.
Nithyananda.
understanding.
Nithyanandam. So now we will all be learning about the history, the story, the glorious story of Tirugnyana Sambandar, who revived the Shyamala Pita Sarvajna Peetham, the Madurai Adinam, the enlightenment ecosystem in Madurai, after it was revived by Meenakshi and Sundareshwara themselves. The story of Tirugnyana Sambandar, of course, starts, the miracles that he started expressing, starts at the very young age of, the tender age of 3, where Tirugnyana Sambandar, when he goes to, along with his father, he visits the temple to have the darshan of Paramashiva, as was the tradition in those days. When his father just left him for a few minutes and went to take a bath in the holy waters of the temple, in the sacred pond of the temple, the story says that Tirugnyana Sambandar, when he was going through that fear, that anxiety, when he was experiencing his first root pattern, we can say, that was starting to build, immediately Tirugnyana Sambandar starts to cry out of that feeling and cries out for Paramashiva and Parashakti themselves. And hearing that innocent cry of this 3-year-old Sambandar, what he was called back then, Parashakti and Paramashiva themselves come down. Parashakti comes to the 3-year-old child, consoles him, and feeds him her own breast milk, the Jnana Pal, which is the knowledge of the milk of wisdom, the milk of knowledge, of enlightenment. And Paramashiva and Parashakti give their darshan to Jnana Sambandar. Back then, it is known as Sambandha. And the Purana goes on to describe how, after the father finishes his bath and returns, Jnana Sambandar is seen with the marks of the milk that he had drunk on his mouth. And his father becomes very anxious and asks him, whose milk did you drink? You cannot just drink milk from anybody. What did you drink? Who gave you this milk? And then Jnana Sambandar, when he opens his mouth to say who came and who gave him that milk, the beautiful Tevaram, the very first Tevaram, the songs in praise of Paramashiva and Parashakti in Tamil, flows out as the pearls of wisdom from him. A 3-year-old child singing the most beautiful poems and the most profound descriptions of Paramashiva and Parashakti. The father is just astounded. The whole temple gathers to hear this young child sing the praise. And that was the first enlightenment experience, the first spiritual experience of Tirugnyana Sambandar, just at the tender age of 3. Of course, we also know that our beloved Bhagavan, the Supreme Pontiff, His Divine Holiness Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, very, very similarly had his first experience, spiritual experience of enlightenment at the very tender age of 3. Going on, Tirugnyana Sambandar then goes on to spread the truths, the tradition of Shaivism, reviving the Madurai Peetham. He also had to face multiple attacks from many groups of people, which he overcomes. He proves himself, proves his credibility, and establishes the Madurai Peetha, the Madurai Adinam. I would like to lead to a video where Swamiji very briefly
explains about this happening in the life of Tirunjana Sambandar. Let us watch this video now.
Today, the 6th day of Meenakshi Brahmotsavam, Jnana Sambandar establishing Shaivism in Madurai. I can use the word re-establishing Shaivism in Madurai. Is celebrated today on the 6th day of the Brahmotsavam, because Sundareshwara himself established Shaivism and Sarvanyapita first in the Madurai, then Jnana Sambandar re-established. I have to again re-establish. We will do it. We will do it. When you read the history, after a long time, like Jnana Sambandar came, he had a debate with other pseudo-intellectuals, and they tried to kill him by putting fire on the mud, putting fire on the Adinam, and then he had to heal the king, then prove his credibility and the credibility of Shaivism by doing various spiritual miracles, demonstrating the spiritual powers. Finally, he has to establish Shaivism. When you read it as a history from a remote point of view, after a long time, thousands of years, you may not know what Jnana Sambandar has gone through. You have to do all that again, only then you will know what Jnana Sambandar has gone through. What Jnana Sambandar would have gone through, only then you will have the respect for the Pita. That is the tapas, to sit in that Pita again, to revive, re-establish the Pita, to revive, re-establish Shaivism. The same people, I can say almost same people who are harassing Jnana Sambandar are back, and fortunately he himself is back. So he will prove he wins again. He will prove he wins again. Today is the day Jnana Sambandar re-established Shaivism in Madurai. That is celebrated, and Devi Meenakshi is gracing on Swarnamayura Vahana, the golden peacock vehicle with the pearl crown. Sundareshwara is gracing in Sarvalankara. Let's receive their grace.
So beautifully, Swamiji explains as to how only when you do what Tirunjana Sambandar did, reviving Shaivism, establishing the Madurai Peetham, only then we will even understand all that he had to go through. And Swamiji did exactly that from the very day that he was coronated as the 293rd Pontiff of the Madurai Adinam. Immediately he started reviving every dying tradition, renovating, bringing back to life the Madurai Peetham. And like we saw, the anti-Hindu, anti-social elements. Of course, attacked in every possible way. And like Swamiji beautifully said, we will win, he will win. And like how Tirunjana Samandar established successfully the Madurai Adinam, Swamiji is very successfully establishing the Shamala Peetham, Sarvagna Peetham, despite all attack, despite all persecution. Emerging victorious through everything, Swamiji has proved his credibility through his sincere, hard work, his tyaga to revive the Vedic Sanatana Hindu Dharma. We should also understand that these great enlightened masters, these gurus, did not establish these peethams out of any vested interest, out of controlling, out of ruling. No. It was only taking charge, taking responsibility, only to spread the science of enlightenment, to spread the science of Hinduism, so that everybody can live a conflict-free, enlightened life. And that is why we will see all these enlightened masters, though they did take on positions, they did have a status in the society, in the Peetham, it was purely only to bring and re-establish the legitimacy of the tradition of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Very similarly, we can see so many parallels, we can draw so many parallels and similarities between the great reviver of Shaivism, Tirunjana Samandar, and Swamiji, who is today creating Sri Kailasa, indeed a nation, but not to control or to grab or to possess and fight with other nations, but only to share the science of Hinduism, to make the science legitimate, because today there is no land, no nation that can call itself a Hindu nation. Only out of that intention, purely to legitimize Hinduism, so that Hinduism and these sciences can be made available for the generations to come, so that they can live an enlightened lifestyle. Just for that, the avatar does all the tyaga, everything, does all the hard work, even of establishing a nation itself, only to make the science available to all of us. So let us watch this other video, where Swamiji explains the context out of which these enlightened beings function, as to how they revive these traditions and how they run and administer. What is the structure that they function through, so that we can beautifully understand how Tirunjana Samandar functioned in the past and how exactly Swamiji is functioning out of that space as an avatar to revive Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Let us watch this video.
Understand this hard power, soft power, thinking need to be done a lot in the Vakyartha Sadas. Only then you will understand the uniqueness of Vedic tradition and why we have so much of freedom, because our religion was never used by its founders or its preservers to control people. Understand? Religion was never a tool for us to control people. Rameshwaram to Kedarnath, the morning till night, the actions of people are same, but we had 54 deshas. Even a great personalities like Shankaracharya never bothered to create the whole land under which his influence prevailed as a one country. Actually, Shankaracharya, if he wants, he could have done it. And Jnana Sambandar, when he cured the Pandya offered the whole kingdom at the feet of Jnana Sambandar. Jnana Sambandar is from Chola kingdom. He could have just said, all right, and Jnana Sambandar, actually the Pandya's wife is a daughter of Chola. Actually, the Chola's daughter was married to Pandya. Jnanasamudra could have said, come on, after all, queen is from my kingdom. Let both kingdom be merged together and I'll be Rajaguru for whole. He could have said it. He did not, because the whole Chola kingdom was at the feet of Jnanasamudra. He didn't. He just said, no, you continue to rule. I'll appoint a Sannidhanam who will be Rajaguru for you and guide you. That's all. Understand, we were so clear. We are not interested in heart power. We are only interested in empowering, inspiring, raising human beings. Even in my wildest dreams, I can't imagine myself handling heart power. Because we are so clear. Soft power means deciding for life. Hard power means controlling. Hard power is always about controlling. Soft power is always about life, inspiring, liberating, enlightening, freeing.
As we saw, just as Nithyananda had revived the whole Shamala Pita Sarvagnya Pita with soft power, continuously raising humanity and focusing only on that. Swamiji has explained it to all of us that he only cares about this soft power, raising humanity, raising each individual and giving a super conscious brain. As we have been repeating over and over again, reminding ourselves, reminding others, His Divine Holiness is the incarnation of Paramashiva, of Meenakshi himself. Now, for many of the viewers, many people who are new to Hinduism, how this works might still be a very big confusion, might still be something that they do not understand. His Divine Holiness, Swamiji, has revealed that the Meenakshi bio-memory operates and expresses through him. This is one of the simple ways, simple explanation that he says of being the reincarnation of Meenakshi. He has explained how reincarnation works in so much of detail, how the different science has shown and has given us a step-by-step explanation of how the reincarnation works, how biomemory, muscle memory is transferred from one body to another, along with our pure consciousness. That is why in our past life pains and sufferings that we have still affect us, even though we are in a different body, even though we are in a completely different life. For all of us who are bound to karma, the desires and the accumulation of desires, biomemory and muscle memory is something we may not have control over. Let me define these terms for all of us. Just as Swamiji has explained to us, biomemory is the way that we identify and think of ourselves, have a root cognition of ourselves. Muscle memory is some of the daily actions, the ingrained reactions of the very body which is in our muscles. One level of muscle memory is when we wake up in the morning, going to brush our teeth, going to take bath, going to eat, all of these routine things, how we do them, how we make them, how we get them, how everything happens in our bodies. That is muscle memory, where we do not have certain conscious or certain awareness over how we conduct our daily routine. Another level is also sometimes as a reaction to certain outside situations. We might have a immediate muscle reaction, an immediate fear stroke. All of these different reactions which we have in our body, based in our muscle, that is muscle. For example, even the way that we walk, the way that we talk and articulate, that is something that is in our muscle. And whether or not you believe it or understand it, even your cognition of yourself, the way that you identify yourself, plays into your muscle. Your biomemory has a foundation over even your muscle memory and plays into how you react, how you are dealing physically with the world. If you see the way that His Divine Holiness walks with such grace, which without any kind of weight on his walk, as if he's simply floating above the air, is how he walks. That is a pure reflection of his biomemory and also the pure consciousness which has overtaken both the biomemory. The fact that he is in complete oneness with Paramashiva shows in his muscle, in the way that he walks daily. If you ever see, even he himself has said, he gets up and the first thing he does when he awakens from deep resting space, samadhi, is he immediately sees his palm. Just as in the Shastra, in the Hindu scripture, it says that it is auspicious to see the palm, this area where Devi herself resides. His Divine Holiness continuously remembers that. And if at any time you had a personal conversation with Swamiji where he is blessing you or he is guiding you in your enlightenment journey, many times we see the way that he meditates on you, meditates on what he is going to say before saying it. He simply closes his eyes and seemingly as if he is going into a deep resting, deep samadhi, completely looking in for a moment and then comes and says something to you. I myself have seen this in instances, conversations with Swamiji, and I'm sure many of us in darshan, in different instances, we have experienced the same. The way that he continuously roots himself back to consciousness, the way that consciousness itself is pouring out every part of his body, every pores. That shows us how established he is in this divine space, divine experience and oneness of Paramashiva, that shows the level at which it pours out of him shows he is literally important. The other qualities, like this, all of the qualities of Bhagwan, His Divine Holiness, is actually rooted in a divine incarnation. Just like for many of us, some of our patterns is rooted in an identity of ourselves. If we have a lower idea, it will come out without any grace, showing heaviness, being low and not energetic. This will just come off in the way that we hold ourselves and the way that other people experience ourselves in the outside. In the same way, His Divine has chosen, before He has come down from earth, before He made His advent. This is speaking cosmically about Paramashiva himself coming down, making the decision about the entire mission that He had. He decided that He needed certain qualities to use and to revive the whole Sri Kailaasa. And one of these is the biomimicry. His Divine Holiness has shown us so many different qualities, so many different gifts from the time of Meenakshi, which He has revived once again. Many of these being something that, if you are a normal human being, you can't even imagine reviving something like this. Foremost, His Divine Holiness has said that the quality which He picked up from Meenakshi is His entire administrative quality, the way that He relates to people, the way that He oversees and He guides people as a true leader of Sanatana Hinduism. In this way, you can literally see Meenakshi Parasara in the way that He rules, the way that He leads the entire Hinduism itself. Just as Meenakshi had led Hinduism, had brought together all of the kingdoms under one roof, and had the largest enlightened civilization ever on planet Earth, and the first advanced civilization. Just like that, today, His Divine Holiness is doing the same with the nation. Let us watch His Divine Holiness himself explaining how He chose and how He lived in the body of Meenakshi, how the whole reincarnation happened, for us to understand more and more about how Meenakshi expresses through His Divine her very being, how she is literally on planet Earth in the form of His Divine.
More about your own past lives.
Vishwas Parikh, Swamiji, the Buddha said he could remember all of his past lives. Can you tell us something more about your own past lives? Let me explain very clearly what I mean by my past lives. Understand? I have brought certain biomemory to do the mission, what I want to do. And I have also programmed these biomemories automatically replace themselves, replenish themselves based on the need of the humanity. See, the purpose is to share enlightenment with the world. So what is the mental setup of human being? What kind of strategy I need to have to share this experience. So that kind of a human, that kind of a biomemory needed to be created in this body from whoever I have taken biomemory. All of them are my past lives. I have taken certain biomemory from Arunagiri Yogeshwara. I can say Arunagiri Yogeshwara forms the base material. My body language and verbal language. If Arunagiri Yogeshwara has spoken English, he will exactly speak the way I am speaking. And he is speaking. The body language and verbal language, that's the base material. That is from Arunagiri Yogeshwara. Next, the administration. Please understand, biomemory can be divided into 4 categories. 1, the experience of God, experience of self, experience of the nature, experience of humanity. All my way of relating with humanity, that biomemory, I got it from Meenakshi. The whole administration, the way I handle people, the way I train people, the way I elevate people is from Meenakshi. My concepts about human society is from Meenakshi. My responses towards the human society, I started doing 2000 years before. That is why it is time-tested, foolproof responses. The body language and verbal language is from Arunagiri Yogeshwara. Administration is from Meenakshi. Strategy planning. These are all small gears. The strategy planning is from Sri Krishna. And there are some more masters' biomemory, which is there in the body, which will start expressing itself very soon. It has not yet started operating, expressing itself. And I lived once more, having 2 bodies at a time, just like Shiva and Sati, Ardhangini. 2 bodies at a time. Understand? Not 2 souls, 2 bodies. But at the same time I appeared, means took birth, same time left the body. Both hearts were beating from the same source. So both bodies are under this banyan tree, buried. One is male body, another one is female body. Both grew up simultaneously. It was not physically connected. Both bodies are physically separate. But it did not have 2 individual identities. One identity having 2 bodies. How much you understand? You understand? If I want to move my right hand, I have to tell which body is right hand. Means both bodies were operated from one brain. And I can switch to any brain. I can either switch to female body's brain and operate male body also, and male body's brain operate female body also. And I can eat in one body and the other body will be satisfied. I can just drink water in one body, the other body will have the effect of the water. I know it is getting too much, but I have decided I am going to answer this question. During the Meenakshi's body, it was 8.5 feet tall. Average human height itself was 8 feet. At the time, It was one of the earliest human settlement in the southern part of India. I'll speak. Now I know I'm not able to speak, but I'll continue to speak. Maybe the next satsangs on this, my past lives, because I have decided I'm going to write my biography, 4 bodies, all 4 bodies. Autobiography of an avatar in 4 bodies. I'm going to describe Arunagiri Yogeshwara body, Meenakshi body, and the 2 bodies which I had at a time, which is there under the banyan tree, and this body. Once in female body, once in male body, once in having both bodies, once this time both in one body.
In 2012, with this connection, of course, now by this time, for over a decade, from 2004 to 2012, it has now been over a decade that His Divine Holiness had a connection with the Shamala Pita Sarvagna Pitam. So throughout his mission, as it was growing, as people were flocking to the Mahasatsangs, to the programs, to the Adinam, Adi Kailash, which His Divine Holiness had established, everyone knew about Swamiji and the way that he was creating a revolution, reviving Sri Kailasa. Then His Divine Holiness, without even him saying anything to the 292nd Madurai Sannidhanam, Guru Mahasannidhanam, suddenly the Guru Mahasannidhanam, 292nd Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Shamala Pita Sarvagna Pitam, had a dream that Meenakshi Parashakti and Sundareshwara Paramashiva had come into his dream, both of them, and they were telling him that he must coronate His Divine Holiness Swamiji as the next 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam. And the 292nd has told this in public many times, has told that Shiva himself has ordained the 293rd, has ordained His Divine Holiness as the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam. It was because he had remembered, he had the divine darshan of Meenakshi Parashakti and Sundareshwara Paramashiva in his dream, and they both told him that he must coronate Swamiji as the next Guru Mahasannidhanam. Just so that we understand, let us watch a few clips where the 292nd Guru Mahasannidhanam is telling the world that it was Shiva himself who ordained Swamiji in his dream.
செய்தி என்ன சொல்ல விரும்புறதே, இது திடீர்னு எடுத்த முடிவு. சிவபெருமான் பார்வதியை ஆணையிட்டு எடுத்த முடிவு. இதுல வந்து நான் தெரிவிக்கிறதுக்கு கன்சல்ட் பண்றதுக்கு நேரம் கிடையாது. ஒரு ஆதினத்துல திருவாவூர் ஆதினத்துல ஏதாவது சேவனம் பண்ணா இன்னொரு ஆதினத்துல கேட்க மாட்டாங்க.
Guru Mahasannidhanam is explaining in this is that Shiva himself, Lord Shiva, has ordained Swamiji as the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam, and though there was so much of conspiracy attack against His Divine Holiness, there was nothing that anyone could do. It was an irrevocable decision, an indissoluble decision to coronate His Divine Holiness.
உண்மையிலும் உண்மை, 120 உண்மை.
பீடாதிபதி யார் வர வேண்டும் என்பதை தீர்மானிக்கிற பொறுப்பு எல்லா வல்ல சிவபெருமானிடத்தில் இருக்கிறது. இது absolutely it is in the hands of the Almighty Lord Shiva. The highest post of Guru Mahasannidhanam comes from Purva Punya. இந்த பதவியானது யாரால் வருகிறது என்று சொன்னால் எல்லா வல்ல இறைவன் தேர்ந்தெடுத்து நியமிக்கின்ற ஒரு பெரிய பதவி. எனவே இது எப்படி இந்த ஆதிநகரத்திற்கு இப்ப நாங்கள் அவர்களை நியமனம் செய்திருக்கிறோம் என்று சொன்னால் அந்த உண்டுதல் யாரால் ஏற்பட்டது என்றால் எல்லாம் வல்ல இறைவனால் ஏற்பட்ட உண்டுதல். That is inducement from the Lord Shiva.
நித்யானந்தர் அவர்களை நாங்கள் பட்டம் கட்டியிருக்கிறோம் என்று சொன்னால் ஆழ்ந்து ஆராய்ந்து எல்லாம் வல்ல இறைவனுடைய பேர் அருளால் இவர்தான் உனக்கு தகுதியானவர், இவரால் தான் உன்னுடைய ஆதீனம் முன்னேறும், இறைவன் எங்களுக்கு உணர்த்தி அவர்களை பட்டச்சூட்டி இருக்கிறார் என்று சொன்னால் இதை மற்றவர்கள் அனைவரும் பல பேர் வாழ்த்துகிறார்கள், பல பேர் வரவேற்றிருக்கிறார்கள். பெரிய பெரிய ஆளு, பெரிய பெரிய மேதைகள், பெரிய பெரிய கோடீஸ்வரர்கள் எல்லாம் தொலைபேசி வாயிலாக கடிதங்கள் வாயிலாக மகாசன்னிதானம் நீங்கள் எடுத்த முடிவிலே மாற்றமே இல்லை, சிறந்த முடிவு. அவருக்கு 1,20,00,000 பேர் இந்த உலகத்தில் சீடர்கள் இருக்கிறாங்க. ஏற்கனவே ஒரு தியானப்படம் அமைத்து இதாவது 1500 ஆண்டுகள் ஆச்சு. ஆனா 10 ஆண்டுகளுக்குள்ளேயே ஒரு தியானப்படத்தை பெங்களூரில் அமைச்சு பல கோடி மதிப்புள்ள கட்டடங்களை கட்டி 150 நாடுகளை சென்டர்ஸ் அமைச்சு அங்கெல்லாம் சீடர்களை உருவாக்கி யார் செய்ய முடியும்? 500 நூல்கள் எழுதியிருக்கிறார், 500 நூல்கள் எழுதியிருக்கிறார். ஆங்கிலத்தில் தமிழ் எழுதியிருக்கிறார். வெள்ளைக்காரர்கள், வெளிநாட்டுக்காரர்கள் அத்தனை பேர் இங்க வந்திருக்கிறாங்க. அப்படியே எப்படி போகுது? இங்க இருந்து விக்கிரங்கள் எல்லாம் வெளிநாட்டுக்கு, அமெரிக்கா, இங்கிலாந்து, மலேசியா, சிங்கப்பூர்.
The decision to coronate the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam and to coronate Swamiji is not any decision, any normal decision. It is ordained and it is told by Paramashiva himself. And he is extremely clear, extremely assertive that there is no way any decision could be revoked, because it was Paramashiva himself who had decided and had told him to coronate and choose His Divine Holiness as the next successor of the great throne of Shamalapita Sarvagnapitam. And with this, upon that dream that His Divine Holiness, that the dream that 292nd Guru Mahasannidhanam had, he immediately needed to execute what was the word of Meenakshi Parashakti and Sundareshwara Paramashiva. It was as soon as April 11th, 2012. Before the Chitra Brahmotsavam itself, the decision was in place that we would coronate, he would coronate the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam as Swamiji. So at that time, on April 11th, His Divine Holiness, along with a few devotees, traveled to Madurai and received a gift of the golden Senghol, Meenakshi Senghol, from the 292nd Guru Mahasannidhanam, and he stated officially that he would be the official junior pontiff of the Madurai Adinam. And after which, in the same month, on April 22nd, during the Chitra Brahmotsavam of that year, the coronation happened for His Divine Holiness in Bidadi. Then it happened on April 30th, April 29th, the coronation happened in Madurai. Then on May 5th, another coronation happened with thousands of people to witness in Tiruvannamalai. So let us watch the coronation, which happened gloriously on the 27th of April 2012 of His Divine Holiness as the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Shamala Pita Sarvagna Pitam.
देवदेवोत्तम दीन संरक्षक देवदेवोत्तम दीन संरक्षक देवदेवोत्तम दीन संरक्षक देवदेवोत्तम दीन संरक्षक देवादिदेवा नित्यानन्दा देवादिदेवा नित्यानन्दा देवादिदेवा नित्यानन्दा देवादिदेवा नित्यानन्दा श्री नित्यानन्दा कृपामया श्री नित्यानन्दा कृपामया श्री नित्यानन्दा कृपामया श्री नित्यानन्दा कृपामया पतितोद्धारा पापविदूरा पतितोद्धारा पापविदूरा पतितोद्धारा पापविदूरा पतितोद्धारा पापविदूरा नित्यपुरीशा नित्यानन्दा नित्यपुरीशा नित्यानन्दा नित्यपुरीशा नित्यानन्दा नित्यपुरीशा नित्यानन्दा भस्मोद्भवकर भवभयनाशन भस्मोद्भवकर भवभयनाशन भस्मोद्भवकर भवभयनाशन भस्मोद्भवकर भवभयनाशन श्री नित्यानन्दा कृपामया 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 देवदेवोत्तम दीन संरक्षक 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 देवादिदेवा नित्यानन्दा देवादिदेवा नित्यानन्दा देवादिदेवा नित्यानन्दा देवादिदेवा नित्यानन्दा श्री नित्यानन्दा कृपामया श्री नित्यानन्दा कृपामया श्री देवादिदेवा नित्यानन्दा देवादिदेवा नित्यानन्दा श्री नित्यानन्दा कृपामया श्री नित्यानन्दा कृपामया पतितो दारा पापविदूरा पतितो दारा पापविदूरा पतितो दारा पापविदूरा पतितो दारा पापविदूरा नित्यपुरीशा नित्यानन्दा नित्यपुरीशा नित्यानन्दा भस्मोद्भवकर भवभयनाशन भस्मोद्भवकर भवभयनाशन भस्मोद्भवकर भवभयनाशन भस्मोद्भवकर भवभयनाशन श्री नित्यानन्दा कृपामया 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 देवदेवोत्तम दीन संरक्षक देवदेवोत्तम दीन संरक्षक देवादिदेवा नित्यानन्दा देवादिदेवा नित्यानन्दा पतितो दारा पापविदूरा पतितो दारा पापविदूरा पतितो दारा पापविदूरा पतितो दारा पापविदूरा भस्मोद्भवकर भवभयनाशन भस्मोद्भवकर भवभयनाशन श्री नित्यानन्दा कृपामया श्री नित्यानन्दा कृपामया श्री नित्यानन्दा कृपामया श्री नित्यानन्दा कृपामया नित्यानन्दा हरे नित्यानन्दा 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 नित्यानन्दा
Hereby solemnly affirm and sincerely state as follows. We hereby declare that we are satisfied that Paramahamsa Nithyananda, also called as Sri Nithyananda Swami, who was originally called as A. Rajasekhar, son of late A. Arunachalam, aged about 34 years, an avatar and spiritual head of Nithyananda Dhyana Peedam, a worldwide vision having its spiritual headquarters at Nithyanandapuri, Bidadi off Mysore Road, Ramanagar district, Karnataka state, is competent, eligible and entitled to hold, administer, manage the entire affairs of Madurai Adinam, also called as Sriñana Sambandha Swamigal Adinam. We hereby declare, nominate, enthrone, coronate and appoint Paramahamsa Nithyananda, also known as Sri Nithyananda Swami, the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Madurai Adinam, with the title of His Holiness 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam. Sri Paramahamsa Nithyananda Sri Jnana Sambandha Desiya Paramachari Swamigal. The 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam Sri Paramahamsa Nithyananda Sri Jnana Sambandha Desiya Paramachari Swamigal belongs to the hereditary Saiva Velala Thondai Mandala Mudaliyar caste. We are very proud because according to the customary, the rules and regulations of the Madurai Adinam, we are appointing, selecting, nominating and coronating only hereditary Saiva Velalars. In this way, we have selected Sri Paramahamsa Nithyananda Jnana Sambandha Desiya Paramachari Swamigal as the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of this Madurai Adinam.
The current Pontiff of Madurai Adinam announced,
and customary rites that is being performed, enjoyed, vested in the Madurai Adinam. We hereby declare that His Holiness, the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam, Sri Paramahamsa Nithyananda Sri Jnana Sambandha Desiya Paramachari Swamigal, would be competent to function as my lawful successor to deal with all movable and immovable properties of the Sriñana Sambandha Swamigal Adinam, also known as Madurai Adinam, situated anywhere, including the properties in India and abroad, including temples owned by the Sriñana Sambandha Swamigal Adinam and the properties attached to those temples, as well as all the spiritual heritage of Sriñana Sambandha Swamigal Adinam, Madurai Adinam. Our successor would have absolute rights over the above said properties and function as is being discharged by us, including appointment of archakas, managers, administrators, parijagas and other staff to the temples, endowments belonging to the Madurai Adinam. Now we are signing in the deponent column.
Paramahamsa Nithyananda offered his respects to 292nd Guru Mahasannidhanam by presenting a garland and crown on behalf of Nithyananda Dhyanapeetham.
Nityanandam, Nityanandame, Nityanandam, Anandam, Nityanandame, Anandam, Anandam, Nityanandame, Nityanandam, Anandam, Nityanandame, 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 Govinda, Anandam, Anandam, Nityanandame, Nityanandam, Anandam, Nityanandame, Anandam, Anandam, Nityanandame,
Accepting the sacred honor, His Holiness
at the sacred feet of Srila Sri Arunagirinada Jnana Sambandha Desika Paramacharya Swamigal, the 292nd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Madurai Adinam, and I welcome all of you with my love and respects. With all the humbleness, divine grace, I hereby declare, I accept the responsibility given to me by 292nd Guru Mahasannidhanam, Srila Sri Arunagirinada Sri Jnana Sambandha Desika Paramacharya Swamigal as the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Madurai Adinam. Here, I take the commitment of making Madurai Adinam as an international religious organization. And as an immediate offering, I am offering 1 crore rupees at the feet of Swamiji for all the spiritual and social activities of Madurai Adinam. And I also vow in front of all of you, keeping Chokkanadar and Meenakshi and Jnana Sambandha as a witness, we will fulfill all the responsibilities of Madurai Adinam, make Hindu tradition, Shaiva tradition alive, revived, lived, celebrated all over the world. And all the wealth of Nithyananda Dhyanapitham will be waiting for the orders of Guru Mahasannidhanam. You will all see, this is the historic day for modern day Hinduism. There are references in earlier traditions. The head of the ancient religious mutts, monasteries, recognizing the incarnations and coronating them. In Swaminarayan's life this has happened. Bhagavan Swaminarayan, after he completed his wandering in Gujarat, there was an ancient monastery. Head of the monastery recognized Swaminarayan as an incarnation and made him as a pontiff of that monastery. Now all of you know that monastery is the world's largest, richest, wealthiest Hindu organization. And now Paramashivam Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Paramashivam Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Nithyananda Paramashivam Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.